I've been working for a lot of years with community residents and folks dealing with industry activities and other activities on the landscape. And a lot of times we find solutions that are a little bit outside of the box. One fellow I worked with in a land care group, he actually said you need to get so far out of the box you don't even know there's a box. And that usually starts with that question, what if? One of the things that I've found is that when we're looking at getting something that's outside of the box, we tend to forget sometimes that there are some other boxes in there that might have some tools that we can use. And that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit here is a project that I've had the privilege of working with. And it's looking at some tools that are used in other sectors and even within this sector, but in different ways. And it kind of came about by what if we had some of these available to us. We've talked about collaboration in different venues and whatnot, and we tend to talk collaboratively as how to get groups to collaborate. But collaboration is also, I think, as different folks will attest to, a personal issue as well, and it can be on those one-on-one type situations. And that's partly what we want to talk about a little bit here too. Is not everybody is necessarily skilled in collaboration. They might not even be inclined to want to go down that road. They've got a lot of emotion behind them. They don't have the skills. They don't have the time to go out and acquire them. They're dealing with an organization that has those skills and resources available to them. So one of the what ifs that you would ask is that's kind of come up and led to this program was what if there was someone that was available to help you as an individual resident in the community, someone who operated independent. They weren't there working for the regulator. They weren't there working for the interests of the company. They were someone you could speak to off the record. So talking to them didn't trigger a big process and whatnot. It was just that conversation you could have. It could be strictly confidential. They know they're going to talk to you. It's not going to go all through the neighborhood. And that they're not there, like I said, to promote the company's interest. They're there about the fair processes and helping people to navigate through them. What if that someone was able to help you, as I said, navigate the process, help you connect effectively to folks you need to? I think when you look, especially in the oil and gas sector, dealing with the different issues, there's, I think, 15, 17, 20 different departments you can be talking to, trying to get information, and just navigating through that can be very challenging, especially if you're an individual landowner, you're trying to run your own operation, you haven't got time to do all that. Find some clarity. What does this mean? We're trying to understand the process. And help somebody that can be there just to help you understand what your options are in it. That someone actually might be an ombudsman. Like I'd mentioned earlier, there's in different sectors, they use ombuds fairly regularly. They use external ombuds, they use internal ombuds. Hasn't shown up a whole lot in the oil and gas industry dealing with community stakeholders. What would an ombudsman be? Well, an ombudsman would be someone who offers assistance to anyone who's experiencing that difficulty in trying to resolve some conflict or issue. It could come from nervousness, it could come from that lack of understanding, different things. And the whole purpose is to help people work through those procedures and processes and help it be fair as they go through it. Ombudsman, someone is a professional. It's just not somebody you pull in off the street and say, hey, could you help me with this? They have standards and ethics that they follow, that they have to adhere to. The four basic ones: confidentiality. We're required to keep that confidentiality. There's nuances around it to ensure that it works effectively. Informality, so it's not a formal process going to see the ombudsman. An ombudsman is there to help you discuss, talk, visit, whatever the case may be. Neutrality and impartiality, very important as well. You're not there promoting as an ombudsman anybody's particular interest. You're helping people understand and navigate the processes. And independence, like I'd mentioned earlier, the ombudsman is not up there working directly with the company or working directly with the regulator. They work separate from that so that they can be neutral, independent, and provide you the information without promoting anybody's particular interests, including your own. The ombudsman, someone you better know what it isn't. Ombudsmen don't make decisions. The ombudsman's there to help you navigate the process, help you find your options, like I said, but they're not there to make decisions for you on your behalf or on behalf of the company as well. And they're not there to replace existing roles. So the ombudsman there is to kind of help you work with the people you need to work with, as opposed to, oh, well, I'll just talk with the ombudsman and the ombudsman will take care of negotiating the agreement or whatever the case may be. They're there to help. They're not the decision maker or a replacement. Basically, what it comes down to, a lot of listening. We hear about collaboration. Collaboration is a lot about listening, and as an ombudsman, you do a lot of listening. You're there for the people to talk to, and then as you go through the conversations, you can actually help them identify some potential options, help them navigate the process. Some of the things a little bit more specific that an ombudsman might do. An ombudsman is somebody who can help direct you to appropriate resources. It might be company resources. It could be resources with other agencies or organizations that can help you get a better understanding of what you might have available to help you meet your needs. Can provide some information about the organization, the industry you work in. Those types of things can let you know what kind of formal processes are available to you as well. One of the things that an ombudsman can do and does in other organizations is they play that role as informal fact finders. So you don't always have the time or ability to go find some of the information that you might need about the particular issue that you have a concern with as an individual in the community. So the ombudsman can help you with that. They can help you in the conversations you may need to have with the folks. If you're having challenges with them, the ombudsman's skilled communicator can help you with that. Also, particular issue, they can provide you with some ideas of some particular information, help you narrow down and focus in on the types of things that you might need to find out a bit more about. One of the things that ombudsmen can do is kind of coach you through it, just kind of help you with the conversations that you're going to be having, help you, you can do dry runs with folks, you can provide them some different ways of getting themselves prepared for those conversations, or you can help in the conversation mediate it. You can refer them to a third-party mediator if it's a bit more intense and a broader type issue. The other thing that an ombudsman has the ability to do is to take it in the company higher up if it needs to go. If there's issues around trust, if there's issues just around the right people aren't in place to give you the answers, that ombudsman has that ability as that independent person off to the side to be able to go in at whatever level and help take that issue a little bit further. If there's a process that's broken, can help you get to the folks that can help fix that. One of the things that intrigued me about this project that I've had the chance to work on is the oil and gas industry doesn't typically have something like this available to individuals out there in the community. Over the years, I've gotten lots of calls where folks have just asked me those very questions. How can we get through that? So one of the things that popped up that drew me to this was somebody somewhere asked the question, what if someone was like this was actually available in Alberta's oil and gas industry? There is a pilot project working down in the southwest part of the province in the Pincher Creek area, the Shell Waterton Ombudsman, in relation to their plant down there. So somebody actually asked the question, what if, and decided to follow up on it, which I think is kind of cool. I really enjoy the concept of it. I think there's some real potential there. And for me, the what if is what if that idea spread? What if we had a way to help provide some sort of help on that individual level to landowners in Alberta that are just having some challenges navigating through this, some sort of informal help available to them. For the last slide that I have up here is a website that has some information on the Shell Waterton Ombudsman, kind of more particulars around it. If folks are interested in more of that, plus I'll be around for questions as well if anybody has any. But I did want to kind of get out there to say, well, what if? What if that was available? What if that was available to me? How would I go about doing it? How could I get to be able to navigate some of that collaboration on that one-on-one level without having to join a group or something? So with that, thank you very much.